Okay, this video is for Auntie Lisa specifically because one thing that she knows and that I know is that literally social value shouldn't be there, much longer. Which is some people that are testing me, old therapists, old people who I know that are in mental health that are doing crime, literally know that it shouldn't last this long. And the reason why I keep on uploading the whole Chris Brown to my channel is because I'm responsible. It's a part of my muscle memory. But aside from that, when I was bitching, complaining, freshman year, she was like, how come they didn't betray you? This is an absolute mental health fact on paper. How come literally you're holding on to the literally, and nobody has literally showed you, to a point where you got in trouble, literally, that betrayed you? I've been betrayed before. I'm gonna save it for another video, okay? But for now, she's like, why hasn't they gotten to that point, which is an actual real, fact on paper? And that was the fact that I was a student there and I was playing around, wearing gangster property, okay? Now, aside from that, this video is about, the fight with Uncle Tommy, because the reason why your strategies don't work is because I originally asked him to a fight. I came at him with this build, right? Literally, I went up to grandma, referenced my crime, I rinsed her or whatever, and what happened was he's like, I need you to stay away from mother. I'm like, I'm at least weighing from 3, I'm staying at least a foot away from your mother, okay? So, what ends up happening is, the important part about why I stay a foot was because literally I called him out trying to trip out Samurai Jack. And so when I had this build, I'm referencing him being in the military, him still being young, 50 without being 60, with the condition, of eating one of my fucking lunar bars, literally. And so that means, literally, if you're trying to trip out Samurai Jack, that means I'm gonna get in between transitions. In other words, literally, you know how a fight goes, literally, if I have to, throw a hook for power, literally, so I told you, it's going to be this way, literally. If you go this way and that way, as soon as you back up, the hit is going to be power, okay? So, it's true. It's very true. That's why you don't get away with anything. That's why you get away with no lessons because of Samurai Jack. Literally, and the things that you hold on to and then say something, I let it go right there and there. But when you give me things like video games like Shinobi Striker, when you do this and that and things drag on, and he's yelling at me, literally, you tell me to let go then. Literally, why I don't have testosterone, and you tell me to let go of the power when I have none of the situation, it's never going to end out morally right for you because you think that, a certain way. And it's just not happening. I'm a cheater. I'm quick to do things, but not when it comes to me, but when it comes to what they're saying back to me, okay? Literally, and I compared what I said, when he was fucking me up, okay? So that's why you're never, gonna get me that way, because I let it go all at once. But when I have something to hold on to, literally, you're playing promiscuous games, okay? Now, this is very important, okay? Because of this factor, all right? There's one thing you have to recognize, because you try to sneak in something personal, with my mom. A statement is why everything is out of whack. What happens is literally I go hard, I get serious in the hood, and I trap, the police and their domestic violence with their family because I make them resort to something that's not recorded, in order, to get me. And that's the thing, that's been going on. And I still have a chance to even caught one. Why is Eris, trapped in the lesbian cops and their domestic violence? I'm like, isn't it easier just to recognize my anime? And that's the whole fucking thing, blood. Literally. When I go common sense, you go everything but common sense, and this comes out, calling common sense over time, all right? And so, in doing so, one thing you have to understand, the reason really why I'm pissed off, literally, because every time, literally, I referenced that I already ran school, you told me to go back to school with Andy, literally, I told you not to be on this and be on this, because that's what I earned from a fucking convention, because, when you forward all these people, like, Shannon, literally, got all these girlies numbers, all right? When you had a supersonic, platform like that, and they want you to go back to being adjacent, that outweighs sex. You want to know why? Because you dealt with something literally that wasn't lazy, that was supersonic, that was feeding you intellectually in and out, to something literally, oh, I'm so desperate, where we're saying jeans and won't fuck bitches, literally, where bitches made me homeless. When I interact specifically over time, bitches made me homeless. Literally, which is why I'm saying I can get a bitch anything. I want my anime already. I want me a standard already, And, it's like Fee Fi Fo Pinocchio. It's full of shit, all right? Because sexuality, where I made Steve from American Dad, the reality show is hella fucking sick. And when you do hella shit, the best part about that is that he knows how to fight, in the actual real world, through the military. But the whole chances literally discard this for that specifically in order to get to me, all right? Because what happens literally is that's why when I ran a YouTube channel, I was above it, like this jacket specifically, all these jackets literally are hung in my fucking drawer. I got from going to those convictions. So once I did something that I was above after being in the ARL, literally now you get the next version of Timothy Delgado making all these speeches and shit with those jackets up there, okay? So it's fucking easy, but to me, nothing expands, okay? So that's why I scared you with the feeler, okay? Literally, I scared you. But how did I get over standard? Through my imaginary friend. Exactly. Literally, I admit to my fucking shit. Literally, I admit fucking nothing's happy, you know, without great influences. And when you try to ignore the great influences led to bigger challenges is why you're fucking retarded, okay? So this is very, very, very specific and serious. Because, you know, after that, that set the tone for everything, all right? Now, there was a time where we used to fight fluidly back when I was Freddie Gibson. And then he chopped my legs in half. It wasn't cool, all right? So, the days of Alpha and Omega literally went like this. The reason why I don't feel the same for what I said the whole time is because as soon as I got there, after he called me a crackhead, literally after this and that, he said, stop talking to imaginary people. Now he kept fooling my voice because when I listened to a song, it sounded just like Sunny, okay? That was the actual fucking thing, but you took me away from that shit. Literally convinced me what a fucking fake art. Literally with the real one I got for the original Army, what I did for running the school with Erica and shit. Literally, so it never happened. What happened was I recognized literally the reason why he was winning is because you left me in a world of retardation. Literally, like those kids playing Sparker Zero. Literally, don't you feel bad playing a Dragon Ball Z game, ignoring somebody else's statement? I feel that all the way to the time where I go to the pool, alright? It's true. It's very fucking true shit. Literally, when they said don't do something unless you return you're above it, I did that 100%, alright? So recognize that literally fucking my comprehensions above is also another part of Dressed By so you don't understand lately where everything revolves around, you know, people in junior high now yelling in the black room saying, oh, you're not gonna be this and that. Look where he tries to be Chris. It revolves around knowing how to fight through and do it. So what happened was I knew how to duck under literally and do the thing on BET, alright? So what happened was when I got further in the fight now, you know, Chris showed me how to fight through, and that's why that's what the hood is based off of, right? Literally, that is what the hood is based off of, okay? So, in doing so, all right, when I'm doing that, literally, this fucking black person's like, oh, Lily, you forgot, you know, Skechers, this, and that. Literally, all right, but you forgot the fact that you could absorb, you know, this, that. Literally, it's there every time I want mozzarella stick. It's there every time this, and that. Literally, it proves you wrong, you know, inevitably. But it's not there as soon as you don't apply with the company or you do something above the comprehension, okay? As soon as you do something at the level of Shannon, literally, it's not there. But when you keep on, and it's what it is junior high, literally conditioning XYZ, thinking that as far, oh, literally, black guys with green eyes, still get the guy in the bed, literally, when Uncle Tommy Burke and let them go on the freeway, literally, it's based off all that. But it's not, literally, because yesterday it got broken as soon as the men came over, okay? So, you know, it's really, really true. So you have to recognize this shit. And recognize I'm not going to let go for your childish reason, you know, and, whether it is or not, but you have to recognize, you know, exponentially what's going to happen, okay? All right? So, you know, I feel like you should stop, you know, focusing on my life and start focusing on yours, if you have one left. That's letting you know.